Hello artists! Today we are going to be inspired by an artist named Jen Aranyi. Jen Aranyi is a graphic designer, but on the side she also is a painter and an illustrator, and she creates beautiful, detailed, and colorful small paintings and sells them. She typically starts her creations by drawing very lightly with pencil. Then she goes in with all the different colors using watercolor. And finally, she adds in details with very fine tip pens. She is going to be our inspiration today on our landscape paintings. To start us off, you are going to draw an irregular zigzag line across your paper. These are going to be the tops of your mountains. Now let's take a look at our color wheel. When you're choosing your watercolor paints, the colors that are right beside each other on the color wheel will blend the best. Warm colors like reds, orange, and yellow will create a sunset sky. Cool colors like greens, blues, and purples will create a galaxy sort of sky. You can choose whichever color scheme you would like for your sky. There's a scrap piece of paper next to you that you can test out and see what watercolors are like before you go on to your big paper. I chose warm colors for my example, so I'm starting off with my yellow and going over my mountain line. After getting that trace, I'm going to add more zigzag and wavy lines above it. These kind of act like cloud shapes. Also remember to take care of your paintbrush. Act like the hairs on its bristles is like a mohawk and we don't want it to have a bad hair day. So it's always going to be tiptoeing across our page. We're never digging it into our paper or our paint colors. So you can see after I do my yellow, I checked my color wheel and saw that next to yellow is orange on the color wheel. So I start painting orange next to those yellow blobs, and then on my color wheel after orange, there is red. So then I'm adding more red wavy lines throughout my sky. You can start to see those watercolors move in together and blend or bleed. I keep going back in with my water or going back in with my paints. If I want to make colors darker, I will dip my paintbrush into the watercolor paints. If I want to make them lighter, I can dip my paintbrush into my water cup and add some more water. You can see here that I'm filling up my paper with all my different colors. The beauty of watercolor paints is that you never really know how it's going to turn out because the water moves and blends on its own. So kind of experiment with it. Make some wavy and blobs across your paper and it'll move on its own. After I filled my paper, I saw that it was kind of light and I wanted it to make it really pop with those colors. So I went back in with less water and more of my paint and added in squiggly lines across my sky. After you are done painting, both of your papers will go on the drying rack. You'll close up your palette and bring your paints and your water cup to the back sink. Wipe up your fingers and your table, and then you are finished for today. Here is a sneak peek into what we will be doing next art class, adding details with fine tip pens to our landscape. Make your skies unique and special to you, and I cannot wait to see your beautiful masterpieces.